Welcome to video 3, reporting incidents and emergencies. So our goal is to teach you how to properly report incidents, respond to emergencies, and understand the difference between urgent and non-urgent situations. So imagine you're caring for a client and suddenly they lose their balance and fall. What do? Do you call 911? Do you call the office? Do you document it? What is it that you do in that situation? Reporting incidents and emergencies correctly is one of the most important parts of your job. So today we're going to break it down so you can know exactly what to do in every situation. So let's talk about Mr. Thompson. He's 85. He loves working on crossword puzzles and enjoys his daily walks around the house. One day his caregiver found him on the floor. He had slipped near his recliner. He wasn't in serious pain, so the caregiver just helped him up but didn't report it. A week later, Mr. Thompson was in the hospital with a fractured hip. Now his family obviously was frustrated that no one reported the fall earlier, and the agency had no record of what happened. So, what went wrong? 1. The caregiver didn't document or report the fall. 2. The office didn't know about it, so they couldn't follow up. And 3, Mr. Thompson's condition got worse without anyone realizing it. So the question is, what should have happened? Well, the caregiver should have reported the fall immediately, even if Mr. Thompson seemed fine. See, proper documentation would have helped prevent a bigger health issue in this example. His family could have taken action sooner to help him. So, not every situation is an emergency, but every situation should be reported. So the key is knowing the difference. Call 911 immediately if the client has chest pain or trouble breathing or passes out. Call 911 if there is uncontrolled bleeding or serious injury, or if the client has a seizure or signs of a stroke. So that'd be slurred speech and weaknesses, typically on one arm. If a fall results in serious pain, loss of movement, or unconsciousness, definitely call 911. Now in this situation, you want to call the office, but not 911. You call the office if the client falls but is not hurt. If the client refuses care or medication, if there's a minor injury like a small cut or a bruise that doesn't need emergency care, or maybe you notice unusual changes in behavior or health. If you're ever unsure, always call the office. We'd rather get too many reports than not enough. So when you report an incident, you need to be clear, accurate, and factual. Let's look at a good versus bad example of reporting. Here's a bad report. Mrs. Lee was being stubborn and didn't want to walk today. I think she's in a bad mood. That's not good. Don't report that. Here's a good report. Mrs. Lee usually walks into the kitchen in the morning, but today she said she felt too weak, so she stayed in bed. She ate less than usual and seemed more tired. What's the difference? See, the bad example is based on personal opinion, while the good example gives clear facts about what happened based on what you observed. Okay, now let's talk about Miss Patel. Mrs. Patel is 78, loves her daily cup of tea, and one morning she seemed more confused than usual, spilling her tea and struggling to speak clearly. Her caregiver noticed, but she wasn't sure if it was serious, so the caregiver decided to wait to report it. Well, 24 hours later, Ms. Patel had a major stroke, and if the signs had been reported right away, she could have received help much sooner. And so what we can learn is this. Even small changes can signal something serious. So if something feels off, it's really, really important to always report it. You see, quick action can literally save lives. Okay, so let's talk about what to do if you witness abuse or neglect. You see, as caregivers, we're also responsible for protecting our clients from harm, as we've talked about before. So if you ever see or suspect abuse, neglect, or mistreatment, you must report it. What counts as abuse or neglect? 1. A family member or caregiver yelling or threatening a client. 2. A client being left alone for long periods of time with no care. 3. Signs of physical harm like bruises or cuts with no clear explanation. 4. A client being denied food, water, or medication. So if you see those things, how do you report it? 1. Call the office immediately. Make sure that you document what you saw and write only the facts. Do not, under any circumstances, confront the person directly. Let us at the home office handle that. So reporting abuse is never easy. I've been there and I completely understand from firsthand experience, but it's the right thing to do. So you could be the reason why someone gets the help they need versus being in that situation stuck indefinitely. So reporting incidents isn't just about paperwork. It's about protecting our clients. If it's a fall, a health change, or something more serious, always report it. It's better to be safe than sorry. Final takeaways. Call 911 for medical emergencies. Call the office for non-emergency incidents. Always document clearly and factually. If you see abuse or neglect, report it immediately. So, that concludes our training. I want to thank you for taking the time, and I hope you took copious notes because there will be a quiz. And once you finish taking the quiz, we will see you in the next video.